Hi, this is Rachelle with Central Chelle, and I'm back for another crochet vlog. I'm going to bring you along for the week as I work on projects. I have one whip and, well, I have two whips actually, and I'm inspired to start working on another project, which is a fast and easy hat. Let me see if I can find the video. Okay, so the project that I wanted to start is the 1 hour easy crochet beanie, and it's by Dress It Up Deborah. So that's what I'm going to do. I had the idea today because I ran out of here once again without a hat, and it's cold and rainy. So I think I need extra hats and something that matches pretty much everything. I'm going to use some of the leftover yarn from my Dollar Tree sweater that I made. So I have 2 cakes of that, and I'm going to double it. It's this 4-weight yarn. And I'm going to use this 10mm hook, which is an N. This is one of the Amazon hooks. I'll try to link to my Amazon shop in the description box below, so you can check out any other crochet supplies. So I'm going to dive into this, but before I do, I want to show you the other project that I have been working on. This was like a spur of the moment type thing, and I have it all pinned up because I was trying to figure it out. I used leftover 3-weight yarn, doubled it. It was from the 4 square granny stitch sweater that I did. So I just used the rest of the leftover cake. This is all I have left from the used cakes. Well, I have that, and then this little bit right here. And this I'll probably use to stitch this together. I did get some use out of it. Now, I'm not crazy about, I'm taking these stitch markers out because I was using them to kind of pin it together to see how it was supposed to go, because I've never made anything like this. But this is the shape. Let me see if I can smooth it out a little bit. But this is the shape. And it's supposed to make like they called it a brick bag. I'll try to link to the tutorial that I followed. So this is a double strand. So 2 3-weights together. I don't really care for the colorway, but because this is an experiment, I'm just going to go with it, you know. And I'll probably use it to hold pins or crochet stuff. I don't know yet. Probably pins and highlighters. And then I'll make a pretty one later. I put the mic down. I thought I might be able to pretty this one up. Let's see. Can I put this on here so I won't lose it so easily? Yeah, but I thought I would be able to pretty this up maybe by crocheting some appliques, some embellishments to make it cute. So I haven't put it together because I needed a zipper. I was able to grab some zippers, not very much of a selection, from Walmart today. From what I was reading, I need a 7 to 9 inch zipper. So I got 7 inches. This one is new gray. I got one in hot pink because I didn't know what color I wanted to use. And then I don't mind having some extras. This one is in natural. This one says black. I hope it's black because it looks like the package had been opened and closed again. So I don't know about that one, but it's supposed to be black. This one is white. And then this one is cloister brown. All right, let me open this black one and see. It is black. So, and all of these are 7 inches, and this one says 7 to 9 inches. I don't know what's the difference with the invisible. I don't know that much about zippers. So I'll be figuring it out as I go. So I'm trying to decide what color I'm going to use. I kind of wanted something that's going to stand out. I don't necessarily want it to blend in. And I'm thinking the hot pink is what I'm going to use, because these colors are so muted and dull. But I think where it's going to close with the zipper is going to be where the pink is. And it's kind of like this color, this reddish pink color. So I think I'm going to use the hot pink. Yeah. Because these others are kind of dull. Initially, I thought black, but I feel like I need something to brighten this up. And then I could use pink, like a pink crochet bag charm or something to put on it later. But yeah, so I'm working on that. I don't think I'm going to deal with this tonight because that means I got to get out needle and thread to be able to sew this zipper on. And I don't want to get the needle and thread out just yet. I haven't made much progress on the 6-star baby blanket, but I'll probably be working on that this week too. I want to go ahead and get started on my 1-hour hat. It's probably going to take me 2 days, but this is one of those little in-between projects that I like to do. Okay, I'm back and I finished the hat. It definitely took me more than an hour. I can't say exactly how long it took because I worked on it off and on in between doing other things. But basically I worked on it over 2 days. Part of the reason why I think it took me longer was because of the hook. I'm not used to such a large hook. This is the hook that I used. And I will link to the video tutorial that I used in the description box below. But yeah, this hook gave me issues. It's not the best quality. I think it's not great for... Anyway, so, but I got it finished. I actually wore it today. I think it's a little big. I would probably reduce it by 2 rows. And I have a pretty big head. And I have locks. So... yeah, I think I did 28 based on the tutorial. I think if I do it again, I would reduce it to 26. I don't think I needed 28. Plus, I like my hats to be a little snug. And as it is, this is a little loose on my head. So, but it still works. It fits. I like it. Like I said, I wore it today. So I'm ready to start another project, even though I still have to put the zipper on the pouch that I showed, and I still have to work on the star blanket, but I'm not ready to go back to the star blanket, so it's just going to be a whip. And maybe I'll start doing Whip It Wednesday or Whip Wednesday shorts or videos. Let me know what you think about that in the comments below. But yesterday I placed an order for this pattern. I paid entirely too much. I think it was like $6 and something. I think that's pretty expensive for a crochet pattern. But I needed something to guide me to start because this is something that I probably could have figured it out myself, but I didn't want to get so far into the project and realize I need to frog it and start over. So I paid the $6 to save me time and effort. Once I got the pattern, I printed it double-sided, but it didn't print quite right. But it's 4-page. It's a 4-page pattern. This is what it looks like. I'm doing it in black. I ordered my yarn through the Michaels website so that I could get the discount, the 20% off for an online order. And I ordered 3 of these big twists. Even though I have some big twists, I didn't want to use it for this. I ordered 3 of these. I probably only need 2, but I ordered 3 just in case. And I can always use any leftovers later. But this is what I'm going to be working with. I already have been trying to find the center pull. I can't find it. So I'm probably just going to cake it. I don't want to. I want to work from the skein. But I'm just going to start off caking some of it from the outside and go from there. Because I'm tired of struggling trying to find that center pull. And it's just not wanting to come out. And by the time I find it, I'll have probably pulled out a big chunk of yarn, so I might as well cake it up. So, but yeah, so tonight, this is what I'm going to be working on. And I may stop in between and do a little work on the star blanket as well. So that's catching up to where I am. Again, I got 3 of these to work with, so plenty of yarn. So I still haven't started on the trapper hat. I may even start on that as well. I did show the yarn that I'm going to use for that in a previous video. So that's pretty much it for now. I'll check back in when I have something else to share. All right, I'm back for another update. I have a small Dollar Tree haul. So previously I showed the plastic hooks. They come 2 per pack for $1.25. Finally, in the store that I prefer to go to, they had the aluminum hooks as well. I don't know how good these are. Plastic, I really don't know. I haven't tested them. The heads look like that. Hopefully you can see that. They look very similar to the heads of the hooks that I have from Amazon, and I don't prefer those, but in a pinch, I would use them. And if you're just learning, you may not be able to tell the difference. It was a long time before I could tell the difference between hooks when I'm using them. And it also depends on the yarn that you're using as to how easy the hook will glide through the yarn. So there's that. But just to let you know, if you're on a budget, crocheting on a budget, which I'm all about that, they do have hooks at Dollar Tree of varying sizes. This is a 5 millimeter. This is a 5.5 millimeter. I would have loved to been able to get a 6 or a 7, but the only other size they had was 4.5, and I very rarely go down to fours. So 5, 5.5, 6, 7, 6.5 even would be great, or even larger, but these were the 2 that I found that I knew I could use. Okay, and again, $1.25. Also at my store, I've only been to one store and found this. I haven't checked any of the other Dollar Tree stores. They have the Premier yarn, just 1 pound. Again, this time they have it in this red color, which is called Garnet. There is the information. So if you want to check your Dollar Tree app to see if they have it in your store, it says buy enough of the same dye lot to complete project. And here are the specs. It's a 4 weight, recommends 5.5 millimeter for knitting and 5.5 millimeter for crochet. Tested and approved against 350 harmful substances. It's $5, which I think is a good price, even if you're shopping the Premier website. Before I knew that Premier was actually a legit um, kind of large yarn seller, I guess, or craft supplier. Originally, I didn't know that. I thought that Premier was some type of Dollar Tree brand originally, and then I happened to look online one day and I saw somebody talking about Premier, and I was like, wait a minute, that's that yarn they sell at Dollar Tree. Then I went to their website, Premier Yarns, and was pleasantly surprised that it is a legit non-Dollar Tree um, company. So anyway, more on the specs. It has 982 yards, 898 meters, 16 ounces, 454 grams. I picked up several of these, and to start, I'll probably be making a scarf for a family member because they requested it because of this color, and it has some meaning to some particular show or anime or something like that. Anyway, I'll be making a scarf with this, which is why I went back and got another one. The other ones that I have, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them, but I just like to have something in my stash that I can work with at any given time. But that's everything that I got from Dollar Tree on this trip. Yeah, I've made other trips since my last video, but I didn't really get anything new because I just got like restocks of colors or whatever just to build my stash. But yeah, that's it for now. I'll be back later with another update. I've been wanting to use this combination of yarn for a while. I've been itching to use it. I didn't get a chance to do anything for Halloween other than the whimsical witch hat, and I just used purple and black chenille on that. I decided I don't have to wait until Halloween or spooky season to use the colors. So I started attempting to make a bucket hat with the pentagon and granny squares. So I'm not so sure about how this came out. I still got tons of ends to weave in, which I'll probably do that today because I'm in a end weaving mood. I felt like this was entirely too big. I'll try to put a picture of me wearing it. But I'm not sure if it's too big. I need to lint roll it as well. But this is what I did. I did the pentagon, and I had several attempts at this because originally I think I did 6 rows. That was entirely too big. This one is 4 rows, and I think I could probably get away with just 3 rows, actually, make it a little smaller because it just seems so oversized to me. If you've made one of these, let me know. How did you do it? It also could be the hook. I think I used a 6 millimeter. I probably should have used a 5, but I'm always trying to make my yarn fabrics a little more flowy. And I guess you don't really need that with a hat, but I didn't think of that at the time. But I really like this color combo. It's Halloween colors. Um, so yeah, I started with this one. Then, because I had felt like this was too big, I tried another pattern. I didn't follow a specific pattern for this. I just kind of saw some YouTube shorts, or it might have been on Instagram Reels of the Pentagon, and I figured out how to make the Pentagon myself. And yeah, not that difficult. So then I tried it with just the granny stitch. And I did follow a video. I'll link to the video in the description box below. And if I can find the short or reel that inspired this, I'll link to that below as well. So again, I really just want to use this colorway of yarns. And so I made this bucket hat. Now, this one originally seemed like it was going to be too big, but it kind of fits just right. I think I made the medium version of this pattern. I could probably get away with doing a small, and I might do a variety of different sizes if I decide to put it in my shop. Again, I need to weave in my ends. But this is what happened. This is what I came up with. Then when I compared the two, they seem okay, the paper on my desk. They seem pretty similar in size, so I don't know why this one gives too big. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's just me. It is a little longer, I think. Just a little bit. But that's just because I wanted to get all 4 colors in the brim. Anyway, let me know what you think about those. So as I mentioned, I had a couple of false starts with the size and the order of the colors that I was trying to work with. So I had a few extra pieces. So I decided to turn them into a bag. And I worked on this. So this was one of these 2 pentagons were like my false starts. They were too big. And so I kind of just added a row to make the bag. Then for the what is this part called? For this part of the bag where the orange is, I started out with a rib stitch, like 7, I think 6, a 6 stitch rib stitch. And I was going to go all the way around and do the handle, but then I decided I didn't want an orange handle. And I had made this square was also part of what I was planning to use for the hat, but it was too big. So anyway, I repurposed everything that I had started with the hat. And I made this, and I should have made this to go all the way around now that I think of it. But I'm not going to take it apart. But if I do another little bag like this, I will use this rib stitch instead to go all the way around instead of just making it the handle. But I did this with all 4 colors again. And I'm just going to attach this and make this the handle. And I'm thinking I can line this too. I have to see, I want some kind of cool Halloween type fabric to line it with. I'll have to see what I have in my stash. But I think that's going to make a cute little bag once I get it put together. And I was thinking of even making some charms for it, but since it's so colorful, I think the charms might get lost. So I probably won't. So of all this yarn, I still have some left, enough to make something else. I don't know what. Um, And I do have another partial pentagon started. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that. But I did use all my experimental pieces and almost used all of this yarn. And it wasn't full skeins to start with. So that was my creative fun for the week. Pretty much worked on these most of the week. I'm still working on the cloak. I haven't touched it for a few days, but it's there. I'm still working on the orange and white 6-star blanket, the baby blanket. I made quite a bit of progress on that, which I'll probably show in a future video. I made some progress while I was watching the new Knives Out movie that I had no idea came out in November. And I saw someone doing a review on it on YouTube. And I was like, wait a minute, there's a new Knives Out movie. So yeah, while I was doing that, I worked on the baby blanket and the movie was really good. And I think I'm going to watch it again. And I'm finding that watching shows or movies can get a lot more done on those bigger projects that can get a little bit boring. I need to catch up on Stranger Things because I only watched the first season. And then I'm also thinking I'll probably watch Wednesday. I need to catch up on that too. So I only saw the first season. So that'll, if when I feel like I want to work on those kind of boring projects, then I'll just turn on my Netflix. And I did get rid of Netflix at one time, but I have the cheap version now. So I get commercials, which I really don't care. Because, yeah, the price was getting to be too ridiculous. Anywho, so that's what I've worked on so far. The week I put aside the little brick bag or the makeup bag or toiletry bag because I just didn't feel like dealing with the zipper. I did pull out the needles and thread, and I have that in my little sewing pouch ready to go. I just haven't done it. So maybe I'll get to that in the near future, but I think I'm going to end this video here. I did do some pretty much finished objects with some minor touch-up things to be done, like sewing in the ends and adding on the strap and sewing in the rest of the ends. I did get half of the ends sewn in on this one. So I did mostly all of this side already. I just need to do this side. So I'll be good. It doesn't take that long. And when I start doing it, I kind of get on a roll. It's like a challenge. That is it. Got 3 objects plus the winter hat, the chunky hat that I made. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss anything. And if you made it all the way through this video, leave me a set of hearts in black, green, purple, and orange. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.